welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about consultations. I think consultations are the most important part of your whole entire process. So the main reason that most clients are not happy at the end of the appointment is because you didn't do a good enough consultation. So consultations are key. Be a good communicator when it comes to these sort of things. You want to know as much as you can about what they like, what they don't like before you start their hair. So first things first, you want to create a comfortable environment, a welcoming environment. So when you go and meet them at the front, you're smiling, shake their hand, hug them, offer them a drink. You want them to be coming back to a very clean station. You want, how's their day going? How's your drive? It's so nice to see you or meet you. You just want to right off the bat create this very positive experience for them. Biggest thing that I want to instill is that you need to listen. I think as hairstylists, we're used to talking, so we like to talk, and you want to be careful you're not talking over your clients. So when you sit down, they sit down, and you ask them what they want to do today, you listen. Ask them for pictures, let them explain everything to you, say everything to you, do not interrupt them, just let them get it all out. So while the client is kind of telling you all that and you're listening, making eye contact, I kind of also like to feel the hair, kind of get the health of it, how much hair they have, is it curly, is it straight, texture, all that stuff. I kind of like to be assessing that while they're telling me what they want to do. We're hairstylists, right? We are we can multitask, master multitaskers. So if they don't have pictures, you look up pictures. If they have pictures, great, but we always look at pictures. So I have I go on Pinterest, I have a Pinterest board of different hair colors, blondes, brunettes, reds, whatever. I'll show them my Instagram of my own work so I can show them things. But you always want to have pictures because, they could say, I want an ashy blonde, and then you show them what you think is an ashy blonde and it's pretty gray, and they're like, oh no, I do not want gray hair, I don't want to leave here with purple hair, I want it to be white. And you're like, okay, well, that's different. I think it's good to also question their lifestyle and their maintenance. Do they know how to do their hair? Are they going to wear their hair up every single day? Are they ever going to wear it down? Do they know how to curl their hair? Do they have time to come in and get a bang trim every 6 weeks? Stuff like that is very important to know and understand because we want our clients to look good. So if they can't replicate what we do for them when they leave, then that's not what we want to do for them. We want something that is manageable for them, that they can go out, they can style, and it looks really good because they're your walking advertisement, right? Okay, another thing is you have to be honest and realistic. So if a client's coming in, obviously coming with a black box eye, they want to be blonde. Hey, this is going to take time. Here's a picture. My favorite picture is of Khloe Kardashian going from dark hair and it goes all the way to blonde, but it goes through all the colors. So it went from a dimensional brunette, but it was warm red, and then it was kind of orange, and it was always dimensional going through. So that's something I like to show clients. These are the stages you're going to go through if we want to keep your hair healthy, you want to keep it long and such like that. We can't just make it blonde. So you have to be realistic because a lot of the times I'll get a new client, and they'll kind of be like, well, I told them I want to be blonde. They just said, okay. And then this is where I'm at. And I'm like, well, right. Your hair looks like this because they couldn't get you blonde, but they should have told you that. So that stylist, that client's not going to go back to that stylist because the stylist didn't tell them the truth. I like to under promise and over deliver. So usually I'll say okay, we're going to see how light I can get you. I don't know how light I can get you. It might just be a little subtle. Usually I can get them a lot lighter, and then they're so excited, right? So always be honest and realistic because you want to set yourself up for success. Okay, so another thing I like to do is to give the pricing up front. Usually I try to have a DM or a text with the client before they're even in my chair, and I like to kind of get the basics of the health of their hair, what they got done last, and what they're wanting and what their hair looks like now, because I like to kind of give a base price because, most of the time clients will be like, okay, that's great. Come in, it's not a big deal, we don't have to talk about it again, or they will left me on red and not respond. So pricing up front, and I always give the top price. So, say I think their hair is going to be between $400 and $250, but it's just let's just see, I don't know how much work it's going to be. Sometimes it's not as much work, but I'll always cap and be at the most it's going to be $400. It's going to be $400 if it's more work. And then, after at the end, if it ends up being the $400, they already knew about it. If it's less, even better. But always give the cap. I think those are the main points. Now, if you end up doing those things, and there's a lot more of like detailed questions you can ask that I can go into in another video, but if the client ends up still being unhappy, hopefully it's just a small minor thing. It's not a big thing, you know, because if you went over everything, you were realistic with them and you were honest with them, you shouldn't have any big things that are a problem. So if it is like the toner is too light, like, yeah, you know what, it's a little lighter than I wanted. Awesome, that's great, tone it, right? But I want to really drive in when a client is unhappy, you maintain like a kind, happy face, because it's uncomfortable for everyone, right? No one wants to complain. But if they complain and you make it right and you make them not feel uncomfortable, they will come back to you. I have had clients, of course, I still get it, where a client texts me like, I'm so sorry, don't be upset, but like, I don't love my hair this time. And usually it's just the toner. And always when they come in, I'm always like, please don't ever be uncomfortable to tell me if something's wrong. Like, girl, like, I am human and I want you to be so happy. Like, I like, we're a safe space, okay? So I think the big thing is, do not take it personal. Take it as a way to learn and to grow, and something to know for next time. You know, write a little note. Okay, they don't like ashy, or they don't like it as light as we thought maybe they would. But always take it as a learning experience, because this is the thing about our industry. Like, we're always learning, we're always evolving, we can always get better. So those are my key things with consultations. Of course, like I said before, I could go really in depth into a consultation, and I'll probably do a video of a consultation with a client so I can really show, because kind of talking about it is a little harder. But I think if you can remember to be positive, to smile, to be warm and welcoming, to ask the right questions, to be honest and realistic with them, I think you're really on the road to success, to have a successful appointment. So good luck. If you have any questions, please write below, and like and subscribe.